Next person coming up is Erwin Wils. He's from the Netherlands, and he's a personal growth and development expert. So let's get our hands together for Erwin.
This is going to be good. Erwin wearing Dutch orange, Dutch JT Foxx orange. Erwin, we met in very recently in the Netherlands, and in the month of October.
October, yeah.
And as soon as I met you, remember I said, you are going to be one of the greats. What I like about Erwin, he's a master at systems. And I'm not kidding with that as well. But what do you mean by people need to master the belief of the system? What is the belief of the system? Shouldn't the system be, of course you need a system.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a great quote from Napoleon Hill. Whatever the mind of man can conceive or believe, it can achieve. A lot of people have problems or issues with the belief system, and that's where I come in. So a lot of people have limiting beliefs. They forgot their own core qualities, and I'm there to uncover them.
So, Erwin, what's the difference between the Dutch mentality and the mentality of other countries you've seen here? Because you travel a lot, you've met a lot of people. What would you say is the difference?
I think the way why we connect as well is that we're open, we're direct, and we just say what it stands on. And but it comes from the heart, you know? You really say what you think, what you believe, and people appreciate it from us. And we have, of course, an entrepreneurial background.
So you've achieved a lot of success, multimillionaires many times over. What do you think the key to success is, Erwin?
The key to success is to be authentic, you know, be yourself, and believe in yourself.
But isn't that what everybody says?
That's why it's the core.
That's a good point. What's the quickest way, in your opinion? So many people want to be millionaires. I know you did. I know I did. Why do a lot of people don't make it to their million? It's like that number for some reason. It's like the threshold. Why do so many people have not made their first million?
I think people were brought up with a limitation that is not for them.
Is that an excuse?
That's an excuse that they have. And I say, why isn't it for you? You know, if somebody else can do it, so can you.
So, Erwin, you've been a master at changing people's limiting beliefs and belief system. But most people, they can't even change themselves, so how can they change others? How do you help? Let's take it 2 steps. There's a lot of negative Dutch employees. The mentality of the Dutch, the entrepreneurs go, go, go. The employees, you know, they're the second least hours in Europe, yet they complain the second. French have they work 32 hours and they complain the most about working too hard. How do we change limiting beliefs by our staff that is not compatible rather than firing them? Is there a way to change people's beliefs?
Yeah, it's like the radio station WIIFM, what's in it for me? And you have to attune to that system. Because the people really want to work harder as long as they're part of the team. You know, and I think what people don't see is what's in it for them. They think they work, they get a salary, and that's it. You know, but it's not about the money. It's about helping another person. You know, a client, every person you meet can be your customer. And you should act like that.
So the problem is the boss acts like that, but not necessarily the point. Are you a believer in making the employees partners or having profit share into the company or paying them for going above and beyond or rating systems to increase that belief system?
I think it will help with their commitment if there's something they could lose. You know, and in the Netherlands, we have a lot of social security. So you can't be fired just by that. And that's why people stay in the same job for over and over. Because there's nothing in there for them. And the moment they start be proactively a part of the company, they have no other choice than to also deliver their part.
But a lot of people have they can't change their own limiting beliefs. So how does people that have fear, limiting beliefs, doubts, unsupporting spouse, think that they can't make it, afraid of failure, how do we change those limiting beliefs?
Well, you know when you were little, and you were really proud that you could tie your own shoelaces for the first time? Mm-hmm. Nowadays, you tie them faster than you tell me how you do it, because it becomes a subconscious process. It's an automated process. And when you're able to change those automated processes, then you can change everything.
So how do I do that? Let's say I'm afraid of failure. How do I change that?
You're afraid of failure?
I'm not.
Serious?
I'm
oh, you almost scared me.
No, I'm afraid of nothing. Personally, I don't fear anything. The only thing I fear is, my definition of success is, am I a better person today than I was yesterday, and will I be a better person tomorrow than I was today? I'm afraid if I stop, I'm not going to do this, but then after I take a look at these last 6 days, I would say collectively these last 6 days, or 4 days in my case, have been probably the 4 best days of my life. So I really mean that. To me, my highlight, people say, what were some of the biggest highlights? Number one for me was the Trump helicopter. Donald Trump, The Apprentice, and then the fact that I got a chance to use this helicopter for all day, bring my clients in. I think the second at the time was meeting Pacino and Stallone. These are 2 people you look up to. Third was going to Necker Island with Richard Branson. But if I had to bump something, if something had to be bumped now as number 1, I will say MegaSuccess this year, by far, has bumped it to number 1, partly because of you. And we're not even done. I mean, the big names, we have a couple big surprises that are going to be here as well. That's the interesting component. It's okay, the new iPhone, it's at my house. I don't give a shit. When I get home, it's right there for me. To me, those are highlights. For you, what would you say would be the highlight? The top 3 things.
Top 3 things. I would say meeting my wife for the first time. It's top 1. Family first. MegaSuccess. I should put it on 3, because on 2 is receiving my 2 boys.
Erwin, I'm going to say this to you. From the moment I met you, and I'm not just pulling your horn here, I thought you were very genuine. And I know you're really good at what you do. You've made it. And what I like about you is just you're genuinely a great guy. And I knew that this moment would happen as soon as I met you. And I don't know if it's the tie. I'm getting a little emotional. But I look at that orange tie. Every time I look at orange tie, I think of one thing. I think of the Netherlands, and I've always wear my orange tie in the Netherlands. I love Dutch people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Woohoo! Clearly they love me based on how many of them came. It's funny. You should see, if I gave you a breakdowns of how many countries bought tickets and what percentage showed up, you'd be very surprised. Ironically, 2 of the best countries are both of them are the ones who won the award, and there's a reason why. Germany and Australia, not even Americans. So I say that, but, I don't know. That's why all of you will look back at our lives and the amount of success you guys are going to have. And you should definitely connect with Erwin. He's a great guy. Ladies and gentlemen, give Erwin a big round of applause. Good job, buddy.